Hey viewers, hey subscribers, welcome back to my channel, you guys. Good morning. Welcome to those of you who are new to the channel. Please make sure if you join the live stream that you like and subscribe, okay? Make sure you like and subscribe. So you guys, glad to be back. I had a very eventful day yesterday, so that's why you didn't see me last night. I had to go out of town and run some errands, so for my business. So I got back late, and it was like an hour drive to and from, let alone the time of actually going in store and doing this, that, and the third. So yeah. Morning, Em. I'm so sorry, love. I fell asleep on you last night. My apologies. I was so tired. Also, I just wanted to remind the people who are coming in who are new to the channel that I do not do free readings on my channel. So if you're looking for free readings, you might have to just scroll through YouTube. Hi, Hollow Scream. Welcome to my channel. Also, if you're new and you've been watching my lives for a little bit, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you guys. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, right? Notification gang. Yeah, but make sure you turn your post notifications on because like I've stated before, YouTube sometimes gets funny and you won't get the notifications if you don't turn them on. So with that being said, yes, please do hit the thumbs up. Please do hit the thumbs up. What else was I gonna say? Oh, also part of my disclaimer is like, if you get a reading, right? Let's say you get a reading and there's parts of that reading that don't resonate with you, then don't worry about those parts. Just let them fly. You ever heard that saying, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, let it fly. Or maybe you're a little bit confused because you went to this reader, that reader, and that reader, and all readers say something different, right? Honestly, at that point, I would just take a break from tarot and just allow life to work itself out. But people do that. Also keep in mind that if you get a reading, sometimes, a lot of the time, this happens with tarot, the reading is accurate. It doesn't happen immediately, but when you take the time to just allow things to be as they are, you'll start to see it all play out and you're like, oh wow, that did resonate. That's literally happened to me where I've had a reading from another reader, other readers, and I didn't see it at the time, but then like maybe a few days or a couple weeks later, I noticed that it resonated. Because time is fluid. Time is fluid in tarot. And then you also have to factor in free will. That's like if a reader says, oh, well, it looks like you may receive communication from your person or this person or whoever in the next few weeks, but it doesn't happen until the next few months. It's okay. The person still reached out to you. It just took a little bit longer because of free will, right? That's where free will comes into play. Or because I really wanted to make this make sense for people who are always questioning, well, you know, this wasn't accurate or this didn't happen. It's not that it's not accurate, it's not the time. And this is exactly why we stress the importance of divine timing. Because just because we want something to happen when we expect it to happen doesn't mean that Spirit, Source, God Almighty works that way. He has his own time of doing things, which is why it's called divine timing, right? So sometimes we have to be patient and allow things to play itself out so that we can see things for what it is or see someone for who they really are, right? I hope does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But welcome if you're new to the channel, right? Donations are $10. They are. Simply because there's a lot of supplies and decks, listen y'all, and everything, candles, incense. Shout out to all my subscribers, all of my lovely subscribers who sent me gifts and gifted me decks and incense and everything. I love you guys. You all are the best. Oh, thank you, Em. Yeah. And you can send your donation via PayPal, Super Chat. Always appreciate the Super Chats. Love the Super Chats, okay? PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Those are the only links that I use right now. So, yeah. But let's get started in this collective message this morning and see what the spirit guides want us to know as a collective for this weekend. Let's see what's up. Oh, you guys, I have a new deck and I wanted to. What did I do with it? I need to bring it so I can use it this morning. Rico decided to take a bite of the Six of Swords yesterday. Hey, Kiss JG. He took a bite of my Six of Swords, y'all. So don't judge my Six of Swords. Okay, we're going to replace the deck from Amazon because it was cheap. But he decided to take a bite out of the Six of Swords yesterday. He was upset because I didn't let him play at my table. Good morning, Kiss Love. Let's see what messages has for us this morning. Y'all. Now I'm looking for my incense. But I'm telling you, Kiss, Rico be getting a whole attitude sometimes. I'm like, are you a bunny or are you a man? Because I feel like he's a man sometimes. Because his attitude does too much. He's eating carrots now, but he'll be wanting some bananas soon. Bananas are Rico's breakfast. He eats bananas and he eats baby spinach in the morning because that's what he eats. All right. Well, sometimes it takes a second for the incense to actually light. There we go. I see it now. Okay. We just move my romance angels over. And let me just move my tarot and oracle deck. Thank you, M. Let's see. All right, y'all. Oh, really, kids? Well, how are you feeling? Better safe than sorry, right? Oh, really? Well, I think it's because it's actually the virus in a condensed form. So it's like it takes your body time to get used to it. I think that's why some people do have a reaction towards it. Can y'all hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Y'all, remember I told y'all I've been thinking about getting a microphone, and I really am thinking about really getting one because sometimes I feel like people can't hear me. What is this? Sage. So we got sage going on. Okay, good. Okay, great. Sometimes I feel like I'm hollering and I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound like I'm screaming. So I'm like, I hope everybody can hear me. been around my person too long. He's a hot mess. I'm like, why are you so loud, sir? He's a Sagittarius. Why are you so loud? And he's like, I'm loud. I'm like, yes, you're loud. Can we not today? I hear you. Also, if you're new to the channel, excuse me, follow me on IG. My Instagram handle is Aquarian Empress Tarot. So, and I post a lot of good stuff on there. So just, just hop on over there to IG and follow me over there. And also, I allow DMs. I mean, people can DM me, but depending on what kind of questions you're asking, I may or may not respond. It just depends on what I've got going on, because I do work. I work a full-time job. For people who are new to my channel and who don't know that or understand that, or who are new to following me, I work a full-time job. And then I work on the weekend, a part-time job. Yeah. If your question is like a real in-depth question, it's going to take me some time to get back to you. It's not going to be like right away. I know M knows that because M's been following me for a while, but I know a lot of new people coming to my channel, they just start messaging and was like, oh, well, she's not responding. It's because I'm at work Monday through Friday. Also, I have a website, which I think I think she just posted the link. My website, for those who are interested in actually booking a full in-depth personal reading, is aquarianempresstarot.net. Go check it out, you guys. This weekend is the last weekend I'm offering promotional codes. I've been offering coupon codes for the longest time since I've started my website. So, and the personal readings are very well worth it. Anybody who's gotten a personal reading with me will tell you that. Other than a person who's a little bit bitter and who doesn't want to take personal accountability, because I've had a few of those people where I've done personal readings for them and they keep being in shitty relationships and they keep trying to justify this person's behavior or hoping that spirit is going to tell them some different message. All of a sudden now this person's going to reach out and express how they feel when you've been sexing this person with no obligation, no boundaries, no nothing. So, and I hate to say it so boldly, but when you're in an intimate relationship with someone or trying to build a relationship with someone, especially a man, I'm just saying this for my ladies, my divine feminines who are watching the live stream, you cannot have sex immediately and expect him to actually fall in love with you, because men fall in love a lot differently than women do. They do. They actually, that's just like with their friends. If you're constantly giving them stuff for free, and I'm not saying that how am I saying this? I'm not saying that like you have to play games. That's not what I'm saying. It's not playing games. It's allowing that person to let you know. It's allowing that man to let you know that you understand your worth and your value. And he has to earn that trust, because sex is a very sacred act. Sex is a very personal act. It's like the ultimate sacrifice of being with another human being, right? Because you have the power to create life in that act alone. So, having sex when you just met some person within the first few weeks, that's a personal choice. But me personally, and I've learned through experience, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to allow this person to get to know you as a person, at who you are, what your goals are, what your values are. So I highly recommend, because I have had this question, a lot of women have asked me this question, should I wait? Yes, you should make him wait until he actually shows you fruit, until he actually proves, okay, he actually wants something serious. If you're wanting something serious. Now, if you're just wanting a wham bam, thank you ma'am, friends with benefits type situation, then y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Whoop-de-woo. But if you're wanting something serious, long-term, more committed, he needs to show up for the connection. He needs to show you, because men are action-oriented, he needs to show you that he's serious. He needs to show you that he's actually interested in you and not just your body, if that makes sense. So all of that to say, if you're wanting a personal in-depth reading, go on over to my website and book it. I also have the shadow work readings, and the shadow work readings will get you on point. The shadow work readings are really awesome for self-examination, because sometimes we get in this energy where we feel like our shit don't stink. And listen, honey boo, we all have flaws, okay? We are not perfect. We make mistakes. Sometimes we get out of line and we need to be put back in check. So the shadow work reading is all about it, like calling you out. Like, okay, here's what you need to work on. And if you're not emotionally strong enough to handle it, then don't book it. But it's there for a reason, to help you grow. It's constructive criticism from your spirit guides and ancestors. Because a lot of the negative or the shadow energies that we carry have been passed down. You know that term, generational curses? They've been passed down. That's why I'm saying, like, if you, for example, in my family, one of the generational curses that I've seen been passed down in my family tree personally is people passing this earth and not having anything left for their children. There's no estates. There's no financial stability. There's no businesses to pass along. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no assets. And that's just the financial aspect. I'm not even getting into the family dynamic aspect. But it's up to us to work on self so that we can change that and start implementing a generational healing to take place, where we take personal accountability, where we don't make excuses for piss poor choices, and we actually get on track where we need to be. So I hope that makes sense. Hope it makes sense. Shadow work reading. I have 3 readings: shadow work reading, general readings, and love and relationship readings. Love and relationship entails, let me explain that for those who are watching. Love and relationship, who's coming towards you? How can you prepare for new love, for the new person that's coming towards you? How can you manifest that new love, attract that new love into your life? What is blocking you from attracting that new love? For those who are in a connection, how is this connection helping you or hindering you on your personal journey? That's a question to be asking right now for those who are in connections or dealing with someone, seeing someone, talking to someone. How is this connection helping you, or how do you see it helping you in the future? Are you being real with yourself, or are you blinded by, oh, well, he's so cute and he's so sweet and he did this for me, but if there's a but, it's time to reevaluate some things, right? Time to reevaluate some choices. Also, love and relationship readings include the case of the ex, right? The case of the ex, where you're wondering if that situation should be rekindled, because sometimes in certain situations, it's okay to take an ex back, okay? If you see, here's the key, if you see changed behavior, not just words, but changed behavior. So that's something to consider if you consider going back to someone that you have had history with. You know, what is different about this person at this point in time? Because sometimes, like I was talking about divine timing, sometimes you meet this person, but it's not the time. It's not the time to be with this person. This person has a lot going on. They don't have their financial together. Their mental's not together. They're all over the place emotionally. They're standoffish. They don't want to open up, you know, and you can't be intimate with this person because they have their walls up. They're guarded. They don't really want to get too deep into a connection. So that's when you move on with your life and let that person work out and heal and deal with whatever traumas or insecurities they have, because it's not your problem, right? But maybe you two come back together later on in life. You come back together later on in life, and you see this person in a totally different energy than they were at the time that you first initially met them. And you see this person, wow, this person is living on their own now. This person has their own transportation now. This person is really like, they're focused on their career. This person they want a family. Like you see that they actually have goals. They're actually going somewhere. If this is making sense. I hope this is making sense if you're watching. Like, you actually see this person is basically getting their shit together or has it together in another energy. So at that time, this person reaches out to you and they're like, hey, I really miss you. I know that we got off to a bad start some years ago or some months ago or whatever. I was going through A, B, and C, but I've been working on that, and I wanted to see if maybe we can try and work this out. See what I'm saying? Because sometimes things happen. But then you have the ex where you know it's karmic, you know it's toxic, nothing has changed. You simply just want to confirm what you already knew. If this person is with someone else, probably are. If you think it, they probably are. If you feel it, that you know that gut feeling I'm talking about, they probably are. Right? If this person still loves you, they probably do. That doesn't mean that you're the one that they actually want to settle down with. It's crazy, but again, it's free will. So that's what the love and relationship readings include, just to give you guys an overall. I'm going to remove follow-up questions because I find that people book that reading, and if you book that reading and you haven't booked a general, I'm going to refund you, just so you know. Because follow-up questions are only for people who've had an in-depth general reading. In love, sometimes you do have to take a break. And I was just saying this. I commented on someone's post before. They were asking if you ever been in a relationship where you still love the person, but you had to separate from them. And yes, like my current person, I did that to him because I just wasn't ready to accept certain things about his life and what he was dealing with, like I said, at the time. So I was like, and I am honest enough to admit to you guys, because I'm just being completely 100% transparent. It was my own ego. It was my own selfishness that was in the way, because I was like, I understand his situation, what he's dealing with right now. And there's children involved. So I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't have time for this. I don't want to deal with this. And here's the thing. Yes, I have the right to say what I'm not going to deal with and what I'm not going to tolerate. But when you love someone, you have to be understanding of this person. Is he putting forth effort? Yes or no? That's what I had to ask myself in my situation. Is this person putting in effort? Does he show you that he loves you? Like, is he doing the things that you require? Like, is he meeting your standards? Not my expectations. And that's why I say my ego was in the way, because I felt at the time he was not according to my expectations. What I had envisioned that I wanted in a man, he was not. He didn't carry those attributes, if that makes sense. So I was pissed because he was honest with me about he was completely honest with me about what he was dealing with at the time. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit. You can take it over there. I was angry, I was frustrated, and I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. At that point, I was just like, I'm done with this whole situation. I went off on him, and I said, don't call me or anything, because I was like, I don't want to deal with this situation because it's not my problem. But the thing is, anytime you connect two people, you're combining everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So whatever I have going on now, it's possibly going to affect my person. Whatever he has going on, it's possibly going to affect me because we're together. So that's something to figure out. A lot of people are like running around here asking, oh, I want a new partner. I want to be in a relationship. Do you really? Do you really? Because what comes with that, and being able to tolerate certain things are not okay to tolerate. It's not. But let's say, for example, your person is in a third party situation and they have children with another person that they still have to deal with. Exactly, Em. Or this person lives far away from you and you're constantly having to make the effort to go see them, because guess what, boo? He doesn't have his own transportation. Are you okay with that? And this is why I strongly encourage women to really think it out before you say, oh, well, this person is so cute or whatever. Think it out first. Think it out first. Or he's such a sweet person. Him being a sweet person, honey, is not going to pay your bills. Him being a sweet person doesn't mean he's going to stick around if you decide to have a child with that person. him being a sweet person doesn't mean that he's actually going to be committed if he's still trying to figure out life and trying to explore his options. And he has this woman he's talking to, that woman he's talking to. Do you see what I'm saying? So you really want to be selective when you're vetting and dating, because not everybody that you meet is going to be that person. But that's for you to decide. That's for you to use your own discretion and better judgment and say, how is this working out for me? A lot of people don't like to talk about certain things because it makes people feel uncomfortable. Finances is one of those things, but they have to be discussed. It has to be discussed because, it has to be balanced. One person carrying the entire financial burden of a family is too much pressure, and it's not fair. It's not fair for one person to have to be the only person. I'm paying for all the trips. I'm paying for all the visits. I'm paying for all the food. I'm putting in all the gas, or I'm booking all the flights. Or I'm the person that pays the rent all the time, the electric, the gas. I bring groceries into the house. I pay for amenities, right? Or is that what it's called? Amenities? Did I say that right? Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? Gas, electric, water, trash. It goes with with rent, or if you have a mortgage payment, a house payment, you're paying that. You're paying a car note. You're paying car insurance. Oh, wow, Em. Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. And one person should not have to bear that burden by themselves. So it's a conversation that needs to be had. When you first meet this guy, find out, is he employed? Is he consistently employed? This is why I say, for me, this is so funny because the way my life has worked out, I'm an employment specialist. So it's like an interview process to me. And one of the first questions I ask people when I look over their resume is, so what happened at the last job? Why are you coming to me? Because you're coming to me at a temp agency looking for work. That means for some people, they weren't able to consistently keep a full-time job through a company directly. So now I want to know why. Does that make sense? Now I want to know why. Because that's a red flag to me. So if you're not able to keep a job through a company, why would I want to work with you? Why would I work to place you on another job? Does that make sense? Same thing with dating. If you were in a relationship less than 6 months and it didn't work out, I'm curious now. I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened between you and this last person that you were talking to or whatever. What happened here? And red flags. If this person doesn't take accountability, just like in my interview process, if an applicant that's sitting in front of me, the supervisor was this and the supervisor was that, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from. But I also have to understand that it's human nature to want to blame the other person. It's automatic human nature to want to blame, well, they didn't give me enough hours, or they didn't give me enough pay. So then my question becomes, okay, so how did you deal with that situation? Did you just walk off the job? Did you give them a 2-week notice? Did you talk to a higher up to see if they could resolve the issue? Or did you just blow up? Did you get in someone's face? Did you get aggressive? Do you see what I'm saying? This is why dating is exactly what it is. It's an interviewing process, a process for you to be selective of who you actually want to entertain, who may be a qualified candidate for the job of husband, the job of boyfriend, the job of being friends. Some people, you just want to start out as friends, and I highly recommend it, because when you start out as a friend, you actually get to see more and you get to hear more, because it's not so much pressure on you, to start out as friends. If we can have good communication as friends, if you can't even be a good friend, what makes me think you can be a good husband? Like, just thinking about that logically. Yeah. Right, in. Yeah, I think we've all been there, because my person would do the same. He would say certain things about his ex, and I'm just like, but you asked for that, though. My love language. Y'all know I'm so blunt, and I'm not the reader for everybody, so, because I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's what's going to happen. I do it to my person all the time. Like, you asked for these problems. Don't come to me complaining that you have to pay child support. You decided to make children with these people. So it's not my problem. Like, I mean, that was a decision that you decided to do. Like, it's like people come to me all the time, well, my check is short and I don't understand why, because I work 45 hours this week. Yeah, you got 5 hours overtime, but don't forget you have 5 kids that you have to pay court-ordered child support for under the age of 18. So what did you think was going to happen, sir? Those children have to be taken care of, because, and here's the thing, and I get why the government does this. If you had stayed in a relationship with that woman and you had created a family with her instead of running off or instead of splitting up, she's having to bear the bulk of the responsibility of raising children that you also helped her create by herself. So when the government snatches a few hundred from your check, it's to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many kids that you created, because she can't do it all by herself. Those of us who don't have children and we work all the time, the government takes from me to help pay for your kids, because the state is going to help take care of and fund that woman who's in housing or pregnant or on WIC or whatever she's on. Okay? So yeah, you got to pay the child support, sir. But it's like the audacity of people, like you're angry and upset about something that you did. No one told you to do that. You did it. Well, it was just one of those situations, and hell, you did it. You did it. It reminds me of the parents, like the moms who get upset because, like, they're angry at this child because the child reminds them of the father. It's like, but you were the one that created this child with this man. Like, you chose him to be the father of your child. How can you get upset with him or her for looking like her father? She has no control. He has no control over that. Like, you did it. People don't like to accept personal accountability for their behavior, for their actions. Yes, and it is a real thing. Some parents, and I know that y'all know what I'm talking about, some parents get angry. Like, they take their anger and frustration out. For example, like, if there is, like, the situation we're talking about with child support, right? If there's a father, he's a deadbeat, he's not a good parent, she has to beg for help or assistance, or she chooses not to even take him to the court system, and she's like, I have to take care of this baby by myself. And so she becomes bitter. Yeah, she becomes bitter towards the child because the child is a reminder of the father who's a piece of shit. But it's not the child's fault. The child didn't ask to be there. You made that child with that piece of shit person. You chose a piece of shit to lay down with and procreate with. That's your problem, not the child. But people will take it out on the child as if the child asked for that. Not at all. Not at all. They'll even say it. You look just like your daddy. What is that supposed to mean? Is that supposed to be derogatory? Of course I'm supposed to look like him. Hell, I have his blood in my veins. Like, make it make sense. But again, people don't like to take accountability for their choices. It's funny how when people do good things, oh, they completed college, they graduated high school, they've been promoted at a job. Everybody wants to take, oh, look at me, look at my certificate, hey. Which those are really great accomplishments, don't get me wrong. But then you make some shitty choices. You got drunk and woke up over somebody else's house who you didn't even know you were at. Gotta take accountability for that. You got drunk and you hit a stop sign. I mean, stupid shit. But you have to take accountability for that. So now you got to call your job and be like, oh, well, they took me in last night because why? Go ahead. These stories crack me up because I get stupid stories like this. I'm in jail right now because I had a warrant because for an unpaid traffic ticket and I didn't pay the ticket. What did you think was going to happen? Right, Em? But the thing is, accountability accountability, and people have to teach their kids the same thing. It starts when they're young. Like, you have to teach kids to be accountable. You made that mess. You spilled that juice on the floor. You need to go get it up. Don't blame it on your brother. He didn't do it. You did it. So go get a towel and go and clean it up. You made the mistake. Or you knocked my thing over. Like, simple, small things as children. That's why we have a world of a lot of messed up adults. Because as children, they weren't taught properly how to respond in situations, how to accept responsibility, how to even be responsible or make responsible choices. They just do shit fly by the seat of their pants. They do irrational choices, things out of anger, things out of passion, things out of lust. And this is where we're at, the end result. People having unwanted babies. I actually just seen a video the other day. I think it was in New Jersey, where a 14-year-old girl dropped off a baby at a little bodega, it may have been like a little restaurant, but she dropped the baby off to the woman that was inside of the little shop. She just dropped the newborn baby, beautiful baby. She just dropped him off to the lady inside of there and walked out. She walked out. 14-year-old girl. There's so many things wrong with this story. I'm not even gonna go here. Not even gonna go here. But it's like, at what point do parents take responsibility and say, I should have taught her better. I should have taught her better than this. Because at 14, there's no reason in hell she should have a baby right now. There's no reason. And I'm not saying that kids, you want your children to walk around afraid of life. And a lot of people were like, well, at least she didn't hurt the baby. And I totally agree. Like, thank God she didn't hurt the baby. Thank God the baby is safe. But how did she get to that point? She's still a baby herself. She's only 14. How did she get to that point to where she got pregnant? Like, one, obviously she's not aware of what she's capable of. I mean, like, just even simple conversations like that with your children, like feminine hygiene and the period and all of that, like, those conversations need to be had. That's a parent's responsibility. That's just like if you have boys become very, very highly sexually wanting to be sexually curious at certain ages. And so you have to have that conversation. A lot of people are like, oh, that's the man. It's a man's responsibility to have that conversation. But where is the man? Where is he at? Good morning, happily love. Where is he at? How is a father who's not present going to have that conversation with his son about sex, about using protection, about not getting someone pregnant and having that responsibility? Who's going to have that conversation with your son if he's not there? This is what I'm talking about. Family dynamics need to be encouraged. Having kids without having a stable family life or being financially capable of caring for a kid needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. Because kids are expensive. They are. One baby, just one, I'm not talking about 5 or 3. One baby is expensive. One baby is going to keep you out of work for at least 6 weeks. No, every state does not pay maternity leave. It doesn't. You can, and a lot of people will say, well, just file disability. Well, you have to have an underlying condition already in order to file disability before the state pays you. So that's not an option either. So if you know that you're expecting, the sooner you find out, the sooner you may want to set aside funds for when that baby gets here, so that during those 6 weeks of recovery, you have bill money saved up enough to pay for whatever, because you're at home and you're healing. You know what I mean? Thank you, happily love. Oh, thank you for the international reminder too, happily. I appreciate it, because woo, child. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think those things through. They just get into situations and it's like, okay, so now you're going to have to deal with this, because, again, choices. I cannot. Yes, he's very active this morning. And Reek, what are you doing? What you doing? You want some greens? Y'all, let me give him some greens. Hang on a second. I have a spinach. He had carrots, but... Hey, Pops. You ready? Here, Pops. Hold on. Here it again. There you go. There you go, Papa. Okay, y'all. I'm back. Rico's breakfast. He is spoiled. We end up sharing this because I put this in my smoothies. Because it's the, yeah, spinach and the baby kale. Oh, well, congratulations, happily, you're a cat mom. Oh. I remember one time my sister left her favorite blanket outside and the cat had babies on the blanket. And she was so mad because mom was like, you can't reuse the blanket in the house. And she was just so mad. Right, a cat grandma. Yeah. Oh. Y'all hear how loud Rico's chewing? He's like, I'm like, Rico, why are you so loud? He acts like he's starving, but he really isn't, y'all. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, he's a mess. He is a mess. All right, y'all. So I'm going to pull some cards for the collective. I'm giving people time to hop in who want to hop in. He is. I swear he is. So I tested a theory out last week. He gets upset. Like if I let him out of his kennel to run around in here, he gets upset if I shut the door. So whenever I shut the door, he hops up here in my chair and then he hops on top of the tarot table. That's when he does his dirty work. So I've learned, I tested it out because I acted like I was going somewhere. So I shut the door, but I was right outside the door to see what he would do. Sure enough, he hops up here and he was just about to hop on the table. I was like, no, sir, get off of my chair. So when he feels like he's not able to run around, he's very smart. He's a smart bunny. He hops up here on the table. All right, y'all. Right, Em, exactly. Here, what's the message for the collective this morning? What's the message? Ooh. Ooh, wow. Spirit said yes and mirror. Those are two messages this morning. Yes, his bunny teeth. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? We have yes. Spirit says just say yes. Just say yes if you feel like you need to do something and you've been questioning it. Spirit says just go ahead and do it. Don't second guess yourself. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Yeah. And mirror, who or what is triggering you? And we all become triggered by different things or different people. And then that's, when you become triggered, that's an opportunity to ask yourself, like, why am I triggered? Why do I feel triggered by this person or what this person said? Is it because of my own ego or pride, or is it because of my own insecurities? Why am I triggered by this person? Why do I feel uneasy? Is what this person said true? Maybe that's why I feel triggered by what was said, and I'm not ready to take accountability for it. Then I need to do some self-work. But if it's not, why am I triggered? Because this person is disrespectful. They're just damn disrespectful. Sometimes we're triggered, and triggered is not always a bad thing. It's because somebody has crossed a boundary or someone has stepped out of line. But even in that, or this person is being very condescending or demeaning or discouraging towards us. Even in that, it's like, that's a them problem. If that person doesn't know how to properly articulate, how they feel about something that you've done or said, that's their problem to work out. Again, that's not your energy, so don't take it on yourself. And I'm speaking that personally from experience, because I had a relative reach out to me some months ago. We were supposed to be planning a vacation. Well, I never heard back from this relative. Months ago. This is months ago. Like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And then all of a sudden they messaged me on Instagram and asked me a question that had nothing to do with our plans at all. And so after that, I was triggered by the fact that they messaged me and they never responded to my texts or phone calls. And I had to ask myself, why was I triggered? I was triggered because I felt disrespected. And I felt like, well, damn, you're a relative. You could at least, if you saw because in my mind, I'm like, if you're responding to me on Instagram, why couldn't you have responded to my text messages or my phone calls? Like, to me, that just felt like you were purposely avoiding me, if that makes sense. And that's fine. That's fine. If you don't want to deal with me, that's fine. But then don't make plans with me to do something or go somewhere. Like, plans actually require a response. Like, that's like me saying to M, hey, M, let's go to Costa Rica, right? And then I'm texting M and I'm calling M, but she doesn't respond to me. And then she responds to me on Instagram. Like, you get where I'm coming from? So after that, I was just done with the situation. And you know what I told myself? It's not my energy. Whatever that person's got going on, whatever it is, because people show you who they are, and the person does have a pattern of only reaching out when it's convenient for them, and that's sad. I mean, that's sad to admit for a family member, but it's like, yeah. No, you're fine, happily. I totally agree. It's like you only reach out when you want to be nosy or want to ask questions or it's convenient for you. Good morning, Diana. And that's not how I'm going to operate at all. I'm not going to operate that way. So, do you, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to engage, though. I've already said it in my mind. The next time the person says something to me, I am going to hold them responsible for their actions. Like, don't pop up out of nowhere and let's act like nothing happened, or you didn't go through this effort of making plans with me. I know, happily. And it's hard when it's somebody that's, like a part of your family, like a cousin or an aunt or a sibling. You know what I mean? Like, it's harder when it's family, because family is so much closer. And you don't, I don't know why, you guys, but you don't expect family to behave that way. Like, it's different. Right, Diana? It's different when it's just like a random guy that you're talking to, or, some random person, even a coworker, I could care less about. But when it's my family, like somebody that I was raised around or we grew up together, you know what I mean? It's harder, because it's like, damn, I expect more from you than I would a stranger. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, I was triggered, But I snapped out of it very quickly because I was like, you know what? This is a them problem. And so, you find yourself thinking back to the conversation like, well, did I say something or did I do something? And when I really went back through the conversation, I was like, no, I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. And even if we had different opinions about a particular subject, it's okay. It's okay to agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. If you decide, oh, well, I want to do this. Right. I want to do this. And I'm like, well, like, for example, well, I want to fly. Okay, you can fly and I can drive. You see what I'm saying? But that's okay. We're going to the same destination, so it doesn't matter how we meet to get to where we're going as long as we get there, if that makes sense, right? So I'm just like, do you know? But if you have a problem with something, and this is my issue. If you have a problem with something that I've said or done, it's your responsibility to check me and say, hey, I don't like what you said. I don't like what you did. I feel that you were disrespectful. I feel that you were rude. If I did that to you, because I would say it to you, like, don't just ignore me or just totally act like I'm not there or nothing happened. And I think that's the part where I felt most triggered. Communicate. It's as simple as that. Just communicate. Well, I don't even know what I did with my phone this morning, but I got messages. Anywho. And so now, like, you happily, I just block people. I don't have time for it. Like, you're not going to call me when it's convenient for you and then try to act like nothing happened and I'm just supposed to be okay with it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because if you do call me, I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you know. Exactly. I'm going to let you know how I feel and why I feel how I feel. And I have every right to feel the way that I feel because I've been jaded. One, I'm sitting here trying to make actual plans with you, like reserving a hotel or, trying to figure out how much the hotel is going to stay because you have to have a deposit, trying to line up the cost of a rental car, like whatever that is, whatever your plans are. I'm sitting here trying to contact you for those plans that you agree that you wanted to be a part of, and then you just disappear. There's no answer. There's nothing. And then you respond months later on social media. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So at that point, I left it alone. I was like, I'm just going to do me at this point, and I'm going to enjoy my life doing me. I'm not obligated. I don't care who it is. Cousin, aunt, friend, boyfriend, husband, mother. I'm not obligated to chase behind grown-ups. I don't get paid enough to do that. So I'm not going to. And like Diana said, I'm not a mind reader, so I'm not going to try to do that either. It's too much. It's too much. So Spirit said say yes, 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 and we have mirror. Exactly. But here's the thing, and the good thing, the great thing is no money was spent. No money was spent. So guess what? Guess what I did? I made new travel plans. Made new travel plans, and I'm going to live it up too. Live my best life. Because I was so determined to enjoy this year, because last year we couldn't go anywhere, right? Because of the damn pandemic. We couldn't go anywhere. We could not go anywhere. We could not do anything. So I was like, I'm going out this year. One way or another. So we have mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Let's see. Mirror. Right, you can barely go outside on the back porch. It says, the filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time. Through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing, which makes sense because when someone ignores us, for example, right? When I feel ignored, it's because I've had abandonment issues. I felt unloved before. I felt not good enough before. So when someone ignores you or they ghost you, it goes back to the unhealed trauma. That's what the trigger is. You felt that negative feeling before, so that's why you feel triggered when someone treats you that way. It says people and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Yeah. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. Yeah, it's like that person, when we're triggered by someone or a situation, it's like a reflection of things that we have not yet accepted, or that needs to be accepted, that needs to be loved about ourselves or witnessed. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. So someone can trigger you in a good way because somebody can say something to us that's like, oh wow, I never thought about that. Let me try this, right? And so you may start a new business venture, you may start a new project or redo your living room because this person gave you a spark. Like, you know, you can make shelves doing this, or you can paint using this, or whatever it is. It can be a trigger in a good way or a negative way. It says, the good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. So it says, work on your light. Inquiry. I can say that word. Inquiry. Inquiry. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? Inquiry. Who or what is triggering you? These are the questions to ask. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering, right? What part of you longs to be witnessed? Those were the 3 questions to ask self. So that's a collective message, you guys. Then we have yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because a lot of people throw that, I found that, especially in the spiritual and tarot community, a lot of people throw that term around, oh, well, if you're triggered. No, sometimes you're just flat out rude and disrespectful to people. It's not their fault that they're triggered by what you said, because what you said was disrespectful. What you said was out of line. What you said was, and there's a difference too, and people forget this. There's a difference in being straightforward and blunt in being rude and disrespectful to someone. This is why you have to be careful, especially when you have clients or someone is paying you for a service, of how you say things. Now, with that being said, because I have made that mistake, I am a human being. Sometimes because we have emotions, especially those of us women who are readers or psychics or whatever we do, astrologists, whatever we do, sometimes we feel passionate about something. And so sometimes we convey the message in the most untactful way, not intending to, but it's not always the most tactful. So we're very blunt or whatever about the situation. In that instance, I personally have apologized to that person about it, but I'm not going to keep redoing that. I'm not going to keep hashing that situation. I'm not going to keep apologizing for something that I apologized to you for, so that you can continue to hold it against me. Once I've apologized, just like anything else in life, and I've corrected that situation, then it's time to move forward. So if you're still triggered by what happened, it's because there's parts of you that are unhealed. And there's also this little part inside of you that knows what I said to you was accurate and it was true, right? Because now you have to go in, and like it said, you have to go in and examine why you feel the way that you feel and why you're triggered. So for those who are watching, if you apologize for something, don't allow someone to keep making you feel like shit because you made a mistake. You're human. We're going to make mistakes. That's a part of life. We grow from the mistakes. We learn from the mistakes. But once you apologize and you actually made an effort to make amends or to do better in that particular area, that's past. And we're not bringing up the past. So if somebody wants to keep bringing up the past, go ahead and block them. That's my advice. Go ahead and block them because they keep wanting to rehash negativity. They want to keep playing out a negative scenario. Well, I remember when you said this and we were here, and or you did this and we were there, but I told you I was sorry for that. I didn't make an excuse. I simply apologized and said, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I apologize. I should have said this, and I apologize because I shouldn't have said that to you, or I shouldn't have reacted that way. Whatever the case is, and move on. Shit happens. We're humans. To keep focusing on something that happened, or you're in a relationship with somebody and they want to keep bringing up a conversation that you had that made them feel some type of way. Like, we've been there, done that. I'm not going to keep going through this. Right? It's like, no. Where's yes, yes, yes? Council of Light, pillar. Because some people will do that. They will keep trying to bring up something from the past, and it's like, but that's in the past. That's like people who have a record, right? They have something on their background. Like I hate that in the corporate world or professional world, people who had a background, let's say they were 16 and they stole something out of a store, right? Well, it's still on their record 20 years later. They were young and dumb. Why does that still have to be there? And they've never stolen again. This person at this point is now almost damn near 40, and you're still, well, we found this misdemeanor on your record. So, but this person has been consistently at a job for the past 10, 15 years, and now you don't want to hire them because back when they were 16, they stole something from the grocery store. Do you see what I'm saying? This person paid a fine, or they had to do community service, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've made it their business to learn from that mistake and move on. Why do we want to keep rehashing it? Why do we want to keep rubbing it in this person's face? It doesn't make sense, right? All because you don't like the fact that this person, it's like, exactly. And it's like that company is like trying to rub that past mistake in that person's face. Like every time this person goes to apply for something, oh, well, we found back in 1989 that I was 15. It's like, why are you rubbing that in my face? I paid a fine, or there's a traffic ticket. It's a misdemeanor. It's a traffic ticket or speeding ticket. And y'all want to bring that up? Make it make sense. I paid the fine. Just because it's on my record doesn't mean that now I just have this horrible habit of speeding. It was a situation. I apologize for it, and I've moved on. I've taken accountability for my actions. So why do you guys want to bring it up every time I apply for a job or I apply for this or that? You're rehashing something that happened. It's done. It happened, you know? Don't let anybody make you feel that way. Don't let them do it. Let me see. That's one of the things I can't stand about the corporate world, because people will do that. Like, oh, well, we found this. Okay, but that was like 15 years ago, sir. Yes. Spirit said yes. Oh, look at all the yeses, y'all. Look at all those yeses. Spirit says, don't overthink it. Just say yes. Just say yes. Whatever you've been planning on doing, thinking about doing, Spirit says go. It's go time. It's go time. All right, Spirit. Any other messages for the collective this morning? Give me a message from the ancestors. Give me one message from the ancestors, and then I'm going to pull tarot, and then I'm going to hop off here. And let y'all do what y'all need to do today. I actually seen a post this morning on Instagram where there was someone, she does astrology. Oh, you're welcome, Em. She does astrology, and she said this morning in her post that she felt triggered by one of her clients because they were basically like condemning her and criticizing her on what she does. And she is an excellent astrologist. She's been studying it for a long time. Again, like I said, she's human, and she could have made a mistake or something, but she felt triggered, and she was like, I'm doing the best I can, trust and believe. I'm doing the best I can. And I feel like generally most of us genuinely are. Those of us who are in our practice and we've been doing it for a while, most of us are doing the best we can. Like I said, we're not perfect. We're human beings, but neither are the people who are coming to us, right? For the information, for the guidance, for the clarity. They're not perfect either. So it's like, you know that saying, that saying in the Bible is like, well, how many times, where one of the disciples comes up to Jesus and they're asking like, how many times should I forgive someone? And he said 70 times 7. 70 times 7 was just a metaphor for however many times this person offends you, forgive them, because no one is perfect. That's, it's of the flesh. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to say stupid things. We're going to do stupid things. Doesn't mean that this person is a bad person. It's just human nature, right? Look, we have She-Wolf. So this is a message from the ancestors. She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. I love this card though. I really do, because this is like the Native American feathers and the wolf here and the full moon. What is this? This reminds me of a compass. This little thing up here reminds me of a compass. Okay, y'all. All right, so She-Wolf. So of course, now that I'm trying to read the message, now I can't find the booklet. Spirit says unleash the wild within, and I feel like, well, I'm just gonna read it intuitively, but I feel like whatever gifts you have, whatever your talents and skills are, Spirit is like giving the message to the collective to go ahead and take action, right? Go ahead and do what you know that you've been called to do. Fulfill your life's purpose, your life's mission here on this earth. I can't find the booklet to this. I don't know why I can't, but it's a great message. It's really a great message, because sometimes we don't do things out of fear, which fear is a major block for a lot of people. Major block. Here it is. Here it is. So now you gotta get the full message here. But you have so much potential is what Spirit wants you to know. You have so much potential. So live accordingly. Don't let anyone or anything stop you. Yeah, it says, let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. If there's something that you've really been trying to manifest or do, Spirit says, go for it. It's giving, your ancestors and spirit guides are giving you the green light. The message, it says the She-Wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf, half woman. So you see it here in the card, right? It says she's the alpha female, who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. Says she encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. She represents, so basically it's like, she represents this energy of not giving a fuck, basically. I don't know how else to say it, but sometimes, again, like we were talking about with triggers, sometimes people are triggered by you because they see your light. They see what you are capable of. Like I said, they actually know that what you said to them, there's some truth in what you said to them, and they need to work on themselves. But a lot of times we become triggered when we're refusing to do the work that we know that we need to do, and someone's pointing that out to us. It's no different than, let's use work for example. If I have to call one of my associates, the people that I send out on temporary job assignments or whatever, and I have to give them some type of correction or criticism on the job, like, well, you're doing a great job, but they're asking that you pick up the pace a little bit. That person may feel triggered, and they can choose to either feel triggered or say, okay, thank you for letting me know, I will definitely work on that. Or they can say, I don't know why they're saying anything to me. I've been here busting my ass this whole time, and they're trying to say that I'm not moving fast enough. I'm the main person here. I'm here every day. You see what I'm saying? They can choose to respond to it either way. But you see how what I said, I wasn't attacking this person, but they felt triggered. I was giving them facts. I was letting them know what the general supervisor observed and gave me this feedback. So the person can either choose to be triggered, or this person can choose to take the criticism and use it as a catalyst to move forward, right? But the she-wolf doesn't care, because she's there to do what she's there to do, regardless of what anyone thinks about her, regardless of who feels triggered, regardless of who doesn't like what she's there to do. She has a job to do, and she's going to do it well. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown, and encourages you. Yes, exactly. And that those two examples were a prime example of being triggered in either a positive way, because it's like, if me personally, if I'm thinking about this and they're like, okay, Jackie, well, you need to make sure that when you calculate a rate, this is the formula that you're supposed to use when you're presenting the paperwork to a client. Well, because I really appreciate my job, and I don't want to lose my job, or I don't want to be replaced, I'm going to make sure I'm going to say, oh, thank you so much for explaining that to me. Can you give me an example? Can you show me more? I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you think I don't know what I'm doing? You must think I'm stupid. Like, I'm not going to choose that route because I want to excel. That's triggered. Okay, so the criticism has triggered me to learn to do what? Learn more, try to understand my job so that I know exactly how to do it the correct way. Triggered in a negative way. I'm quitting. I'm looking for another job. I'm not going to stay here. You see what I'm saying? People choose. It's about choices. You can choose to be triggered in either a positive way or a negative way, right? It's like your person says something to you. Well, honey, you know, I really, the way that you said that, it just really rubbed me the wrong way. I really don't appreciate it. I felt very disrespected by what you said. And you're being honest with this person, the person that you're in a relationship with. That person can say, you know what, honey, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to come across that way, and I apologize. What I meant to say was, and provide you, they can choose to clear that up, clear the air, make amends, and say it, rephrase it in a different way. Or they can choose to say, you're just sensitive. Every time I say something, you have a problem with what I said. Do you see the difference here? You see the difference here? So you can either be triggered in a positive way or in a negative way, but it's all about choices and free will. What you choose to do with the information that's presented to you is up to you. And this is why in the tarot community, a lot of readers will say, that's not my energy. That's not your energy. Give it back. Give it back to where it came from. Because if this person is wanting to criticize you, I don't care if it's a client, a fellow reader, another person on YouTube, a troll. If this person is wanting to come towards you, that's a them problem, right? Because you provided them with a service. You've given them clarity. You've given them confirmation. What they choose to do with that information is up to them at this point, right? Because if you come to me and you book a reading with me, like I said, I'm going to tell you what Spirit shows me to tell you. Whether you like the message or not, whether you're triggered in a positive way or negative way, that's your choice. That has nothing to do with me. So I'm not going to take it personal. If you choose to go to a different reader, that's also your choice. I'm not going to take it personal. Because I know that I have clients who will consistently come to me because they trust me and they know my services and they know what I'm capable of. So it doesn't offend me at all. Because I'm looking at it, I'm choosing to look at it from a different way. I'm choosing not to be triggered by this person's actions in a negative way. I'm choosing to take the experience in a positive way and move forward. It says, release the animal energy within. Unleash the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. And the extended message, you're being rewilded at this time. guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. Traps or hunters. That makes me think, because it's like a metaphor, right? Speaking metaphorically. But what would be considered a trap or a hunter in your journey? Someone who only comes in for selfish gain. Someone who tests your boundaries, right? Someone who abuses your services. To me, that's a trap. It's a trap. And you don't see it at first because they're praising you and they're telling you, oh, how great and wonderful you are. That could be in a relationship. That could be from a client. Oh, well, I just love your readings. They're so accurate. And then this person starts wanting to book with me, and then they start trying to ask me questions to get me to say what they want me to say and not what I'm being shown to say, right? Then all of a sudden it's a problem. Well, that doesn't resonate with me. Well, why doesn't it? Because I just told you something you didn't want to hear. All of a sudden now it doesn't resonate. It was resonating before the 50 million other times. You see what I'm saying? The traps and the hunters. The people who are after something that you have because they have something to gain from you, from being connected to you. And that's why it's so important to protect your energy and to stay grounded, because traps will throw you off track. So you have to be alert and watchful for who's coming into your space. What are their intentions? That's the major question. What is this person's intention? I even ask myself that. What is this person's intention for coming to me? Because, you know, there's so many other readers. There's so many other people coming to me, out there to go to besides me. But what are their intentions? What are their intentions here? Yeah. Like, why are you booking with me? Are you booking with me because you're wanting me to tell you what you want to hear? Because you went to other readers that didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. They told you what you needed to hear. And now you're coming to me hoping that you'll get a different answer. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, because Spirit's message is going to still consistently be the same. It's going to be the same. Whether we like it or not, it's going to be the same. Let's see. So I'm going to pull some messages from the tarot real quick and see what's going on, the energy surrounding the general collective. Y'all, we just entered Mercury retrograde. So there are going to be some past issues or things that you have unresolved coming back up to surface during Mercury retrograde. We just entered back in another retrograde. So keep that in mind. Some of y'all might be hearing from people that you haven't heard from in a while, because that happens during retrograde. It does. All right. Let's see. All right, Spirit. What's the messages for the general collective of the Spirit? What are the messages for the general collective today? Messages for the general collective, please. Three of Pentacles. What are you guys working on? Three of Pentacles is this teamwork type energy, but also some of you could be caught in a third party situation. Like you're torn between this person or that person, or the person you're dealing with is caught between you and someone else. So keep that in mind. Also in a work situation. Also for those of you in a work situation right now, there could be some issues going on there between you and coworkers. Let's see. Three of Pentacles. It's going to take teamwork. Everybody's going to have to work together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups sometimes can be an illusion, but I feel like you guys are seeing very clearly what needs to be done. Hey, Tasha. Good morning, love. Seeing very clearly what needs to be done. And you're no longer giving to a situation, because this came out in the reverse. So did mine, Diana. Just the other day, decided to just go. Seven of Cups in reverse and Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this tells me some of you guys are seeing a work situation. For some of you, it's not going to resonate with everyone, okay? These are general collective messages, but Seven of Cups in reverse and Six of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you have decided to stop giving to a situation that you actually are starting to see very clearly now. Also keep in mind with the Three of Pentacles energy, a third party situation is not necessarily another person. It could be an external situation to the connection. And sometimes I feel like with this Three of Pentacles, you've been trying to build something solid with someone, but you're actually starting to see, for some of you, that this is a situation that you don't want to give to. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. You don't want to give to. So take that as it resonates. It could be a relationship, a job situation where you're feeling like, I don't feel like I'm not being fulfilled in this situation. So I'm going to withdraw my energy. I'm not getting out what I put in, if that makes sense. Let's see. So some of y'all are kind of like, it's like a reevaluation type energy. Let me move. Hi, Julia. Let's see. But this person, whoever you're dealing with, or this situation is still lingering. The Tower is in reverse. The Tower is in reverse. Welcome to my channel, dear. If you're new, please make sure you like, thumbs up, and subscribe. Some of y'all are refusing to let go of this situation because you're trying to make it work, and Spirit is saying, okay, it's time for you to wake up and really actually see it for what it is. Yes, their shit stinks. So Spirit wants you to know, yes, you're being taken advantage of. I get that energy too. Some of you are in a situation, like I said, you're being taken advantage of. The Six of Pentacles is in the reverse, but you're still hanging on to this situation because the Tower is in reverse. So this tells me that somebody is still hanging on to a situation that they know is not going anywhere. Spirit's saying, let it go. Four of Pentacles. Y'all, this Four of Pentacles kills me every time. Yeah, it's time to stop. It's time to stop giving to the situation. Four of Pentacles. Y'all never mind. Listen, disclaimer. Y'all know, for those of y'all who have been subscribed to my channel, y'all know the Badass Tarot is like one of my faves by Harley Spencer. So, and the deck is very, it's very blunt. Let's just say that. Let's see. The Spirit says it's time to be selfish in a good way. Stop giving your energy to a situation that you feel is not worth your energy. If it's a job, Spirit's saying go ahead and start applying somewhere else. Get your resume together, get your work history together, and go ahead and start putting in applications elsewhere. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is, this is about action. This is about speed. Also speaking your mind with the Knight of Swords. Speaking your mind. Letting someone know, okay, listen, this was the plan. What happened? Not like you guys agreed when you hired me to pay me this. Thank you, Fiona. I appreciate it. You agreed to pay me when I started here. You agreed to give me a full 40-hour week, right? Why am I only getting 30 hours a week or less? Right? The Knight of Swords, this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So, and happy birthday to my Geminis. Hey, 20 twins. But yeah, like this is that energy where the thing that I love about Geminis are not shy to tell y'all what they're thinking or what they're feeling. So some of y'all might end up having to put someone in their place this weekend or this coming week. Some of y'all might have to tell someone like it is, okay? Let them know that you are not being treated fairly. Why are these two? Yeah. This is the conflict. This is the challenge, the Five of Wands, okay? It's not enough. Five of Wands, and I'm hearing the song by Beyonce, Ego. He's got a huge ego. I love this big ego. It's too much. I talk like this cause I can back it up. Yeah. Usually I'm humble. Right now I don't choose. You can go with me or you can have the blues. Some call it arrogance. I call it confidence. But sometimes you have to stand up for yourself because you're not being treated or you're not being given, you're not being either respected or your needs are not being met. In whatever situation it is, your needs are not being met. So you have to look, the Knight of Cups is in reverse, and that's straight out, flat out disrespect. You feel disrespected in this situation, and that's the problem. So you need to speak up. Whoever this is, whoever this resonates for, you need to speak up. Speak up. Speak up or keep letting it go on. Yeah, some of y'all, King of Pentacles are in reverse. Some of y'all are not being paid or properly compensated your worth. Or it's just simply not balancing out. Yeah. In order for things to change, because I've seen the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to have to take action. Let's see. You're going to have to take action. Yeah. You're going to have to make a decision. Y'all are going to be forced with a decision this weekend, this week, going into June. Yeah, y'all are going to be faced with a decision to either walk away from a situation or continue to put up with it. But Spirit is saying to stand up and stand in your power, because we have the Emperor here. This is Aries energy, and you know that fire energy is like boom. Aries are like, what? If I can describe Aries are like Aries, boom. That's Aries. Aries are not afraid of any. I feel like they're like the fearless sign of the zodiac because they just don't care. Like if they want something, Aries is going to get it. They're going to make a way to get it. Right? With the Emperor here. And look, it says it says 500 milligrams of egotism here. I mean, that's Aries. Aries is a highly confident sign, much like Leo. So they're not taking no shit from nobody. The Emperor, he doesn't. When I think about the Emperor, it's like some of you guys, even though you may be, even if you're a divine feminine and you're watching this live stream, right? You take on the Emperor energy because the Emperor energy, it balances out the feminine energy of the Empress. And yes, you can be loving and nurturing and kind, but at the same time, sometimes you have to be aggressive and assertive to let people know that you are not the one to be fucked with. Because if you don't, the person will walk all over you, lie to you, manipulate you. Yes. If you don't stand your ground, if you don't speak your mind, if you don't put yourself where you know that your value is, someone else is going to take advantage of that. And that's the message Spirit is giving you. You have to let it be known. This is not working. Yeah, exactly. Whatever is not working, Spirit says let it be known. Like ASAP. Exactly, M. Exactly. It's this energy like what we not gonna do is y'all not finna sit here and work me to damn death. Y'all not finna sit here and have me working 16-hour shifts and you're barely paying me minimum wage. Which in the state of Missouri where I am, minimum wage is $10.30 an hour. It's less than other states. So, or y'all have me working 10, 12-hour shifts and tell me that I can't go take a break. Excuse me? Y'all got me all the way messed up. All the way. Woo. Yeah, some of y'all are going to have to make a decision. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, because things have been imbalanced for you. I had the Emperor twice. Why did I have the Emperor twice? Yeah, because things have been imbalanced. You haven't been saying anything. Knight of Wands. Because I don't know who sings this song. Y'all tell me if y'all figure it out. You know this song. I keep hearing this song. This is the Knight of Wands. I know the Knight of Wands is passionate energy. And so there's this couple laying here because, you know, the Knight of Wands is kind of sexual, okay? It's kind of sensual. So the one is saying, I think I love you. And the other person is like, who the fuck are you? That's what it says. Who the fuck are you? I think I love you. It's this energy of y'all haven't been saying anything because you were so passionate, you were so excited about this job or this connection or whatever it is, but you've been played, or so the other party thinks that they've been able to get away with so much with you. Yeah, they've been playing. Look at this. I can't even take them seriously. The Knight of Wands. Y'all see how he's riding a damn unicycle? And there's balloons like he's at the carnival. Y'all see it? Play too much. Some people play too much. Yeah, it's time to put a stop to that. But look, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. This is my favorite card, okay? Again, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I can see through your bullshit is what this says. Keep in mind, the Ace of Swords is about clarity and awareness. It's like, oh, I see you. But what was the song I was thinking of? What was the song I kept hearing? I think I love you. That's what I was hearing. I think I love you. What are you so afraid of? I don't know who sings this. I don't even know what song that is. No, what am I so afraid of? But obviously, for you to be asking yourself that question, I think I love you, what am I so afraid of? That says to me that your intuition is actually trying to tell you something. Does that make sense? Is that resonating? Let me know if it's resonating. But yeah. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Cups in reverse, and we also have the Two of Swords in reverse. But I feel like the Two of Swords should be in the upright, so I'm going to put it in the upright. Because I'm noticing that my cards are upside down, and that's my fault. Is it him? I don't even know where I heard that song from. That song, I felt like that was an old song. I don't know why. But yeah. The Ace of Swords. Y'all see this little... Sorry, y'all. This little fucker right here. The Knight of Wands. That, look, he's not serious. You can't even take him serious. He's riding a unicycle, okay? Whoever this character represents for you in your life, take what resonates. But this person plays too much. They're not serious. They're manipulative. They're arrogant. This person, whoever this is, could be a supervisor, a partner, a family member. But this person does whatever they want to do. The balloons in the unicycle say clown to me. This person is like just the foolery, the buffoonery. Like, it's just, yeah. Like, and it'll be the same person that's like, well, weren't you supposed to go and check on so-and-so? But what are you doing? You're worried about what I'm doing, and I'm minding my business. But if I'm minding my business and you're minding your business. Ace of Swords. You see through the bullshit, and you're free. I'm free from your bullshit. So it's like some of y'all are in this energy of where you're actually starting to gain clarity on the situation, on the person or people that you're dealing with. Could be coworkers, because remember, we have the Three of Pentacles up there. But you're starting to see very clearly that you're the only one giving to this situation. You're the only one exerting energy. And it's just full of shit. There's no other way to say it. Ace of Swords. And you see that now. And I feel like y'all are going to be... And the Ace of Swords can be very cutthroat. So I feel like you guys are probably going to be being in that energy from this weekend going into next week. The first week of June. Because we're in retrograde. But the Six of Cups is in reverse. And so it says on here, fuck social distancing. Like you just want to be together. But this is the energy that y'all are in right now. Like you don't want to be involved with this situation, this person, whoever it is for you. Take what resonates. The Two of Swords. And it says, fuck off. I am zen, fuck off. Like I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. Great question, M. I'm going to have to find that out because I'm not sure when it ends. Yeah, some of y'all are ignoring phone calls. Who are y'all blocking? Ignoring phone calls, not responding to emails. I already started doing that yesterday. Not responding to emails. Really thinking about something, like, just because you don't feel like giving it your energy, like, you know what? It's a no. It's going to be a no. I'm not doing this. Two of Swords. Yeah. But some of y'all are just not dealing with people because you don't want... I'm just reading what the card says. You don't want to fuck with them. You just don't. You don't. What's the advice, Spirit? Trust your intuition, y'all. Trust your intuition. Spirit says trust your intuition. I'm going to get advice from the Rebel deck, and I'm going to hop off of here. First card that popped up said shit is about to get real. All right, Spirit, what's the advice for the collective? What's the advice for the collective today? It's funny that card came up because we're in okay, I feel like this is the person you're dealing with. It says U equals tight ass. That's what it says. Y'all see it? It says loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. So I feel like control freaks don't get laid. Really? Really, Spirit? But I feel like this could be the person. Control freaks, they don't benefit from the situation. I feel like, especially if it's a work situation, they're not going to benefit from trying to control or, like, you know those people who micromanage, like try to criticize every little thing you do. They're not going to get anywhere. This one, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. Y'all see it? If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. That's what Spirit said. Detox. Detox. Here's advice for the week. Detox. So, yeah. Spirit says, drink a smoothie. Unfriend that asshole and throw some shit out. So basically with detoxing, it's like you need to get rid of some shit that's not benefiting you. Whatever that could be. That could be in the physical, like, you know, like processed food or red meats or whatever it is. And sometimes you'll find that when you detox, you'll find that when you detox, you feel a lot better. Like drink more water, drink a smoothie, eat some fruit, eat some veggies, eat a salad. Like you actually literally feel better. Let's see. Whoa. Rick's still eating. Spirit says, stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world. So do it. So if there's something you've been whining or complaining about, like you're not happy with your current situation, Spirit just gave y'all the answers right here. What are you waiting for? Right? I love the Rebel deck. For those that listen, zero filter, zero fucks, all fun. The Rebel deck, just so y'all can see it. It is available on Amazon for those, and I think I've seen it on Etsy too. I mean, you can pretty much find it anywhere. But this deck really is not for kids. Okay, silly rabbit. But yeah, it's the Spirit's giving you the answer. Like if you've been feeling like, oh, I feel like I need to just let this go, or I just feel like I don't really want to. Okay, so don't. Spirit says detox. Throw some shit out. Drink a smoothie. Unfriend that asshole. Block that person that you just really don't even need to deal with anyway. Spirit says, what are you waiting for? Get it done. If you're waiting for a sign, here it is. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Spirit's like, because most of the time we already know what we need to do. We just don't do it. We just don't do it. Right? Give me one more. Last message, Spirit. Okay. It says, fuck fear. Fuck fear. It will lie to your face. Yeah, like I said earlier, whoever's going through this situation, job situation, love situation, family situation, where people are playing games, being manipulative, and acting very childish, because it's Knight of Wands here. I mean, he's a damn fool. Look at him on a unicycle with balloons. If you're in that situation, don't be afraid to put someone in their place. You can respectfully put someone in their place. Like I said, if they're triggered, it's because they know that what you're saying is right. It's not your job to coddle and baby people. It's not. It's not. Either they're going to do the work or they're not. Either they're going to make it right with you, make amends, or they're not. Either they want to be a part of your life or they don't. Spirit says fuck fear. Say what needs to be said. Do what needs to be done. Right? Live life. So, on the bottom of the deck, it says spend your time on someone worth it. Spend your time on someone or something that's worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Stop texting. Stop talking. They're not a child. You don't have to send a long ass paragraph to a grown ass adult explaining to them why you feel that their behavior has been consistently disrespectful over the past 12 months. Stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. For those of you who keep beating a dead horse, it's not going anywhere. Spirit has shown you time and time again that it's not going anywhere. So just stop trying to make it work. Spirit says stop talking. Just stop. Just stop communicating. Stop all action. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. If your situation, whatever that is ridiculous, stop entertaining it. Stop talking to the person. Stop texting them. Stop explaining yourself, over explaining yourself. Spirit says, so used to my watch being on. Spirit says it's ridiculousness. Right? It's just ridiculousness. Okay, M, my loves, did you have a question for me? My moderators, did y'all want to ask a question real quick before I hop off of here? My mods. Happily, M. Do y'all have a question for me? Oh yeah. Retrograde is about to be crazy. It's about to be a hot mess. I feel it. It's about to be a hot mess. Happily, love, are you still here? Because, woo. Right, Diana. Yeah. It's perfect for my personality. I'm going to get another Oracle deck from one of my favorite readers. I follow her on Instagram, The Blunt Reader. She has a new Oracle deck, and I'm so excited, and it's very blunt. I mean, literally, the title, The Blunt Reader. Like, she is, she's very blunt. Y'all think I'm blunt? I ain't got nothing on her. Like, she will snatch your wig, okay? Yes. Yes. We'll do, love. All right. Let's see, Spirit. Let's see. All right. Oh, Spirit, Divine Source, please show me the messages for M in regards to her connection with the Leo. What messages do you need her to know, Holy Spirit? You're most welcome, love. Happily, love, if you're still here, let me know, because I want to pull for you if you want me to pull for you. Spirit says follow your heart. Follow your heart. How do you feel about this connection? The Spirit is wanting you to take a look at that yourself personally and see how you feel about it. That's one message. Let's see. What other message do you have for M, Spirit, in regards to her connection with the Leo? Supportive. Yeah, supportive. You've been nothing but loving and supportive in this connection. Spirit wants you to know that you've been doing your part. You've been doing your part. You've been encouraging, you've been inspiring, you've been helpful, everything. Hi, Bright. Welcome to the channel. Brewing, energy boost. Energy boost. Spirit is like, you know, Spirit is saying this connection is going to require an energy boost in order for it to, like, you know, really, really take off. Bright. Yes, for a donation. Also, please make sure you like and subscribe. You can send a super chat, PayPal, Cash App. Look at this. We have shattered. We have shattered. I feel like, yeah. Okay, so with these two, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so with these two together, shattered, worthy, brewing energy boost. And look, Spirit says you deserve the utmost best. I think this is a key. Is this a key? Yeah. I feel like you feel like scattered, like shattered. Like with this window here, you feel like all over the place right now, mentally and emotionally, because you've been, like I said, you've been nothing but supportive, right? You have been following your heart in the situation and how you feel towards your person here with Follow Your Heart. And you've really been trying to open up with this person and be vulnerable and give this person your trust, because you know your worth. You see, it says that here, know your worth, right? And you have the heart here and a key. So it's like, you've been trying to give this person the key to your heart, but sometimes, you know, sometimes it's hard because you think that you're giving the right person the key to your heart, and then they take it and shatter it. I mean, that's how it feels right now. Like, you feel confused. You feel like, okay, I'm not really sure where this is going, because this person, I should say, excuse me, is not really providing clarity. And you trusted this person with your heart. But Spirit also wants to reassure you in that you are worthy of love. You are worthy. That's what the heart there symbolizes, that you are worthy of love. And Spirit says, know your worth, because you deserve nothing but the best. And you deserve the best, the absolute best, and nothing less. All right. Red light. Red light. So right now the connection is at a red light. And that's a pause. Like, things are come to a halt, because, like I said, you know, this is gonna take an energy boost. This is gonna take, like, yeah, exactly. Things are at a pause. Yeah. Right now, it's like at being stopped. You know, when we stop at a red light, that's like what it is right now, because, like I said, you just, thoughts are scattered, emotions are scattered, and you know your worth. You know that you deserve the best. We have Wild Child. We have Wild Child, and I feel like with Wild Child, you know, you're in this energy of Wild Child. Like, you want to be free to love without feeling the restriction, without feeling like you're walking on eggshells, because you never know how the person is going to respond or react. You want to be able to allow your love to flow freely. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. Also, you don't like to feel controlled or restricted in your relationship. You want to be free and open to express how you feel. You know? Yeah. We have growth and abundance. Growth and abundance is what this connection is all about here. Growth and abundance. Blessings are to come from this connection, and the blessing is the reality, the experience. Being able to see how you have grown, and even seeing how much you still have yet to grow. Right? Washed up ever since this person showed up, because this person showed back up in your life. And you may feel like this is impossible, You may feel like it's impossible, but Spirit's saying anything is possible. Through faith, anything is possible. Let's see. Tell me more. Yeah, options. Yeah. Spirit's saying you're going to have to make some decisions, but so are they. It's not all up to you. You're not the only one that has choices to make here. They also have choices to make, which is why things are at a pause right now with this red light, because they need to make some decisions. And I would just stop there. That's yeah. Be you and love yourself. Be you and love yourself. Right. Be you and love yourself, Spirit says. Love yourself enough to know your worth, to know that you deserve the absolute best. And if you don't feel like your needs are being met or you're being fulfilled, Spirit says it's time for a transformation. It's time for a change. There's transformation here. And this is Scorpio energy, by the way. So thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. And I love this, the energy of transformation, because, yeah. You do share burning memories with this person. You do share burning memories with this person because you two have history together. There's been some spikes in your life at one point in time. But it's like, and I feel like you will always remember this person because this is in the shape of a heart. This person will always, like, they'll always hold a place in your heart regardless of, whether you two go separate ways or you move forward. But Spirit is like, this relationship has to undergo a transformation in order for it to get to the point where you want. Exactly. We have spiteful. Sometimes people do things out of spite. But I feel like with spiteful, what's another not antonym, synonym for spiteful? Yeah. On the horizon. So something is about to go down. Something is about to happen between the two of you with on the horizon. And we have together, where you two may actually be brought together physically because there's distance between you two. Yeah. Yeah. And you feel like you're caught in a web because you don't feel like things are equal between the two of you. We have equality here. Now, it depends on, but this is not a same-sex relationship. So equality, the energy I'm picking up from this is it needs to be balanced. If it's not balanced, it needs to be balanced, right? And that's why you feel like caught up in a tangle, because caught in a web is like, you feel like there may be other things holding this person back from taking the action that they need to take in this relationship, whether it could be their own selfish reasons, whether it could be they're dealing with someone else, whether it could be whatever it is, their own insecurities, whatever it is. It's like you're stuck in the middle because you're like, come on over here. It's like it's like walking a dog and the dog is like going in a different direction, but you're trying to pull him over here and he's going over there. Yeah. Because you do you do want to be together. That's the ultimate goal here. And Spirit's saying this is on the horizon. It's on the horizon where your person is trying to be together, but things have to be in a balanced energy. We also have twin flames, right? So you two your souls are connected. Yeah. Your souls are connected. And that's a problem because he has to be willing to open up. Money can't buy love, but here's the thing. Money can't buy love, but it damn sure can help alleviate a lot of stresses in a financial situation. So there's some issues regarding finances here because this person may not have it all worked out financially. In order to come forward and say, okay, I'm ready to come forward. I'm ready to move forward and actually, take action. And right now, you're still in this energy, which is why all this is going on. Yeah, you're in this energy of really trying to figure things out, dating, collecting information, finding out what this person's intentions are. And he feels like you're detaching. Yeah, he feels like you're detaching because we have cold heart and we have detached. He feels like you're detaching. I feel like he can feel it. Yes, absolutely. And we have little black book. We have secrets. there's things that he's, I wouldn't say hiding per se, but I feel like there's things that he hasn't shared with you that are very important, that he's keeping to himself, that he definitely needs to open up and talk about, that's in this little black book that he holds close to his chest that he doesn't talk about. But there is a lot of passion here between the two of you. Yeah, he is. There's a lot of passion between the two of you, though. Yeah. And look, we have soul vibes. So yeah, your souls were brought together for a reason in this connection. Yeah. Spirit, what's the advice? Yeah, advice here. Oops. Give me advice, please. Whoops. All right. What's the advice here for M? Happily, are you still here? What's the advice here, Holy Spirit? Yeah. He feels that you kind of detached. And this is funny. Yeah, this is funny because it's almost like the divine masculine can feel whenever his feminine is like trying to detach, because it's like it actually pulls him in. Like, so now he really wants to contact you. Now he really wants to be involved because he feels like he's losing you. Yeah, I'm thinking she must have hopped off. What's the advice? Reaching out. Someone, yeah, someone wants to reach out to you. This is what Spirit wants you to know. So he's still in this energy, current energy, right? Reaching out. We have storm, connect. Woo! Spirit is, okay. Connection, storm, right? Connection is on the rocks. Yeah. We have defeated, wounded, defeated, breaking down. Yeah. Because you've been hurt here. This connection, there's been some hurt here. But Spirit says there are lessons to be learned. But your connection is spiritually guided. That's what Spirit wants you to know. We have apologies. Yeah. He doesn't know it like because of what you said, but he can feel it. He can feel it because, like I said, your souls are connected. He can feel it. He can feel that something is not quite right or not quite the same. So he can feel it, right? So he knows. Like you said, he's very intuitive. Apologies. That's what it's going to take to heal this connection. We have apologies. That I'm sorry, you know, and I'm going to make it right. I hate when someone says, like, you know, you have a conflict or a situation, the person's like, well, I'll try. If you had told them, I'll try to be your girlfriend, I'll try. I'll try to help you when you're down. I'll try to answer your phone calls. That's not going to work. Either you're going to do better or you're not going to do better. Right? Inner child healing. Yeah. This connection is helping to heal deep-rooted issues. And I feel like that's what's going on, because I feel like you are, the feminine energy in this connection is bringing the healing. And I feel like he's realizing that he has some things that he needs to heal. But he also is required to face his own demons, like in his own ego, and apologize and show some compassion for not, look at this. I kid you not. I kid you not, Em. This just came out. Vibrations. And it says picking up on each other's frequencies. What did I tell you? He knows. He knows how you feel. Yeah, we have apologies. Empathy, and this is the apology. The apologetic energy is like realization, compassion, and empathy. And empathy is, it's a little bit different from sympathy, because empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes, right? Yeah. It realizing that he has to be more understanding and compassionate towards your needs in the connection, and putting himself in your shoes. How would he feel if he were you? And that's exactly how I would present it to him when you do decide to have that conversation. Like, if you were in my shoes, you would feel the same way. right? So how can we move this forward? I feel like that's the lesson, but Spirit says that this connection is spiritually guided. So that's great to know. Yeah. Yeah, paradise. Feelings of full bliss and delight. So you do feel at home in this connection. I feel like you both feel at home. Like you feel in love with each other. You know, it's a beautiful connection. But there's healing that needs to be done. Look, we have messages. Yeah, messages. Love notes, texts, emails, and phone calls. So there's going to be communication between the two of you. There needs to be communication between the two of you. Yep. And I feel like it's just like this energy of needing to, you know, like make amends and clear the air and work on the things that are causing a block in the connection, which I feel like is just being empathetic. I feel like this all boils down to your person opening up and actually making like solid plans and understanding your perspective of things, not just their perspective of things. And if they can't do that, then they're not worth your time and energy anyway, because you can't be the only person giving to the connection. You know, you can't be the only person putting in the work. Yeah. Yeah. You can't put your life on hold for someone else who's not willing to do the same, who's not willing to make sacrifices for the connection. And they expect you to carry the bulk of all the burden. Like, no. That's gonna be a no. So I hope that helped you, love. I hope that gave you some type of confirmation or clarity moving forward. Let's see. I feel like he does, though. I feel like he does. Pull up another deck. That is one thing I do feel from your person. I do feel like his energy towards you is very much a loving energy. Let's see. Spirit, what is M's person's energy towards her overall? Ooh, how did I get divine masculine? What do we feel? What's his feeling towards this connection towards her? It's my lover's oracle. Why do I have shady? Okay, thank you, Spirit. He feels like you feel like he's being shady. Slow pace. There's love, because this turtle he's engulfed by a rose, right? There is love, but he's moving at a very slow pace here. I feel like that's part of the problem, because the turtle is slow as hell. Yeah, and then we have passionate affections. So definitely there's a lot of passion there and a lot of love there. How's he feeling, Spirit? Yeah, reminiscing. So he definitely is thinking about all of the experiences and memories that you two have shared together. And then me and you incomplete. And you see the puzzle piece? You see how the puzzle piece is right there? So it's like you complete him. You're the missing piece to the puzzle there. So that's how he feels about you. And there's love. There's a lot of love there. Definitely. Yeah. Right now, he's blocked. That's the problem. Right now, he's blocked from expressing his emotions. There's something painful that he's not wanting to address, that he's not wanting to talk about, but he needs to discuss it. Yeah, painful. And I feel like it's a past, something from the past, but he still has hope in this connection. And I feel like he really will apologize. Like we have, I'm sorry. Yeah, and we have apologies. I feel like he will apologize for his behavior. I feel like he will. Yeah. Also, he has his own burdens that he's dealing with. And he just kind of has, he's burnt out on trying to fix his own issues that he's dealing with on his own. But look, there's absolute love here. There's absolute love here. Even though at times he's detached, but Spirit wants you to know he's hiding his feelings. We have masking feelings here. So yeah, there's a lot of love indicative of him holding the roses here, and indicative of him wanting to come to you and wanting to offer and wanting to express emotions. But sometimes he hides his feelings, and sometimes he comes across as detached with these two, right? But there's a lot of love here. Spirit wants to assure you it's just that he's burnt out because he has his own burdens. Like I said, each one of us carries our own demons to deal with. See how those roses, those black roses, are burning on fire. So there's some things that have hurt him deeply from his past, from his childhood, collectively, that he needs to work on. Definitely would be a suggestion for him to get therapy. Therapy, counseling, something that's going to help him get through whatever it is. Because I feel like he battles depression, and I feel like it can really, those types of mental illnesses can really take a toll on relationships. If you are a person that suffers from extreme panic attacks, anxiety, bipolarism, schizophrenia, any of that, before you start dating and getting into relationships with people, you really need to go get your mental health checked out. Because if you need to be prescribed, if you need to see a therapist or a licensed psychologist, that's something that needs to be done before you start getting involved with someone else's life. Because like I said at the beginning of this live stream, anytime you're in a relationship, what you're going through, what they're going through, it affects the other person, right? It affects both parties, because it's not just one, it's both of you coming together. So keep that in mind. But yeah, he has a lot of love for you. He just doesn't always know how to express it. He doesn't. He's not the best at expressing it. Because I tell you, those types of emotions cause you to come up with scenarios in your head, like when you don't, exactly. People sometimes who struggle with mental illness, they come up with scenarios in their head. Like they could be thinking that you're with another person because in their mind you haven't responded to their calls or text messages. Oh, well, she must be with someone else. And that's not the issue. You're just busy, like you're working and you have responsibilities. But they've already assumed worst case scenario, right? Because the anxiety has gotten the best of them, or their depression is making them feel some type of way today. So they're in a mood today, and so everything that you say and do, they're taking it personally. And that's why mental health is very important to get checked out, so you don't bring that to a connection and it affects the connection in a bad way. And sometimes people don't like to hear this, but sometimes if you have an extreme case of it, you don't need to be in a relationship. You need to focus on yourself, to where you need to work on self, to where you can get to a point where your mental and emotional well-being are stable, and then you can work on being in a relationship with another person, but not before the relationship with self. I agree, Em. That's probably what it is. I also truly believe that is his situation as well. There's a lot of mental health issues there, and he really needs to focus on himself. Like, as much as he loves you, he really needs to focus on himself first, so that way he can get to a place where he's able to actually be the man that he wants to be for the connection. So that is that. Yes, if you're new to my channel, just know that I don't do free readings. They're $10 donations. So you can send it through Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, whatever you prefer, but I no longer do free readings at all, period. Or you can book a personal on my website, which M has been doing. All right. Happily, if you're watching, let me know if you're wanting a reading. All right. You're most welcome, love. Definitely wishing you all the best in the connection. I hope and pray everything works out. It's going to work out regardless. Whether you end up together or not. But I'm hoping for the best, that you guys can be able to work everything out. But Spirit may have other plans. So Much love to you. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Unwind, relax, and don't let anything get to you. Don't let anything get to you, because you're a wonderful woman, and you're just wonderful. So I love you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support, everyone. I'm gonna try to go live again this week, probably. Well, I'll have tarot class Wednesday, so for those of you who missed the first tarot class, we'll be back. We did the major arcana. This week, so because I was having problems getting on Instagram and going live because my internet connection, so I'll do it here. But if you missed the first class last week, this week we'll recap the major arcana. Hopefully you guys have been, doing your homework and really practicing those meanings so we can get into the suits. All right, so hopefully Wednesday we're going to do the suit of wands, that fire energy. We're gonna go there. So see you guys Wednesday, and I may do some readings when I before I start. So I usually start at 7, so I may start at 6:30 so I can try to get readings in. We'll see how the week goes. All right, much love to everybody, and have a blessed holiday weekend, and stay safe. Love you guys.